Alright, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. This is the old fuel pickup sending unit out of the tank, obviously. This is the new one. The difference is they don't make a 2-line one with the return line. So I got a regular one, just a single line. And I kind of bent a piece of stainless and had it soldered in. I took it to a machine shop. It's not quite at the same angle. You can kind of see, this one scoops over here, this one doesn't. This one's got like a hose and I think a check valve at the bottom. I'm going to see if I can get that put on onto this one, and this one is at a little different angle. I'm not too worried about it. It's going to get the fuel returned back into the tank. I don't care where it squirts it, it's fine. And it might not be the prettiest thing. They soldered it on there, but this is stainless steel, and I would have no ability to really do a good job without wrecking stuff because there's plastic right there. So they say it might not be the prettiest looking thing, but it's going to work, and by the time it gets underneath the car, the only people who are going to see it is, maybe the guy that rotates tires. Maybe, I don't know, if they even pay attention. And get a little road dust on the bottom underneath there, and you probably won't see it even if I told you where it was. So that's about all for that. Okay, plan B. This piece that was in there, the solder just snapped right off when I got in there because I had to squeeze everything to get it through the hole in the gas tank. So what I did, the JB weld is currently curing right now, but just a 1/8" pipe, 2 nipples, and then just an intermediate, just a little connector piece. And then I put washers, kind of see, got a washer there. It looks kind of ugly, but you know what? No one's going to see it, and we need function. And washers on each side, just to kind of hold everything together so there was enough, so I'm not rubbing the fittings directly onto the sending unit. And then I've got my return line that's got a little one-way valve in there too, and I had to warm that up a little bit to get it over there, and I think it's going to be fine. So my other option that I considered was using a compression fitting. Been about the same process. I would have drilled through, put a couple washers on, and then put just a little chunk of, probably just cut some of this line out, on each end, kind of sticking out, one in both directions. But then I thought this, even though all these fittings is more money, about 3 times as much as this, not that it's that much anyway, but this way I can take that hose off and on, no problem. I don't, like this, if for some reason when I was in there, if the little line for some odd reason came out or I need to reposition it, well, I can't do it with it in the tank, because I'm holding it in with the same nut that holds the pipe in. So anyway, just minor minutia in it all, but that's plan B. So I'm going to let this dry for a few hours yet, and then I'm going to crawl back under there and get it put in. And well, considering it's 2 o'clock now, I got a couple hours, I don't think I'm going to get it fired up today. So maybe tomorrow I'll get the engine to fire. But I'll swing over here quick. I got this fuel line replaced. This one actually goes into the carburetor in the right spot. Now that I've got the right carburetor on there, I think I've talked about that in a previous video. So if you're curious about it, go back and look. Otherwise, the engine bay is pretty much done. I have a couple things. I got to get a nice wing nut for the air cleaner, and air cleaner is just kind of sitting on there right now because I got to take it off when I fire it up anyway. So otherwise, like I say, it's really close. Once I get the fuel tank hooked up, throw some gas in there, I'm really close to shooting this motor over and making it run. Well, this is actually showing up a little better in the camera than I thought. So, fuel sending unit is in. Hoses are hooked up. I didn't use the factory style pinch clamp because I don't think that's that necessary. The only thing I have to do yet is the fuel sending unit wire, and that's, you can kind of see this grommet right there.
Goes through there. I have to feed that in through the trunk. Kind of waiting until I see if I get my trunk carpet done in time. And you can kind of see the modified fuel return line, the way it's in there. Yep, it doesn't look factory, but if you're digging this deep into it and going to complain about it, well, then you're going to find a lot of other things before you get to there. So, otherwise, it actually turned out pretty well. And that is all we have from under the car for now.
It's alive. That's good.